now we talk about Venus in the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th house. So if your Venus is here, okay, it means that Venus is in the 7th house. Now, what is 7th house? 7th house is essentially marriage, your spouse. It represents your spouse. Okay, so Venus comes here. What does it mean? You, you have to be the one to serve your spouse. I'm not saying that be a slave, no, but you must be the one to take care of your spouse, the one who always, be the first one to ask, how are you, right? Yeah, once you take good care of your spouse, you become wealthy, right? If so, for example, a guy, if your wife has this, please go and be your 小男人, go and do whatever you can to please your wife, right? And with that, right, Venus will bless you. And for such a case, right, you will find that when you get married, Venus will also be activated. So for such a person, it's good to get married early. It's good to get married early. Okay? Marry early as soon as fast as you can. It activates Venus. Okay, 7th house, other than marriage, it also talks about business. Okay? It is not wealth but business. So for any business person, right, the 7th house becomes very important. In fact, it is the most important house for business people. Why? Because for business people, what you need sometimes is not money, it is connection. Right? You want good contacts. Then Venus there, it tells you that in order for you to be wealthy, in order for Venus to bless you, you must have good relationship. Okay, you must always establish cordial relationship with the rest of the world. You must be that PR king or queen. Okay, for such a person, right, you shouldn't be staying at home. You should be going out networking with people, especially ladies, because Venus is lady, it's a female energy.
Yep.
Okay, so for business people, especially if you have Venus in the 7th house, I will congratulate you first, because you have the innate potential already. Okay, once you step out of your comfort zone, talk to other people, expand your network, Venus will bless you. Okay.
Interesting.
Now Venus comes here. Venus is in the 8th house. Okay, this is interesting. The 8th house talks about transformation. Okay, life and death. Okay, anything that's buried underground. So when Venus comes here, what does it do? Okay, now the 8th house is also a finance house, but this finance house talks about inheritance. It also talks about other people's money. Earlier on, I was saying second house. Second house is your savings account, right? So 8th house becomes other people's money. For Venus in the 8th house, such a person, right, should actually be in the finance industry, in banking line. This is where you can make your money. Okay, and because 8th house talks about sudden events, right? Such people can actually suddenly earn a lot of money. Yeah.
Cool.
And because it's other people's money, you are in a very good position to handle other people's money. So, for example, you know that your family has a lot of cash, sitting around, don't know what to do, right? You can be the one managing the money. Then the next thing, the 8th house. The 8th house is actually the family of your spouse. So for those people who are married, take note, if you have Venus here, you must take care of your spouse's family.
Interesting.
Be it you are a man or woman. If you are a woman, then your in-laws, right, you must take care of them. You must serve them. If you are a guy, again, your in-laws, you also must take care of them. Okay, why? Because the 8th house becomes a family of your spouse. And if you are the one who always say, yeah, don't care so much about your parents, take care of my parents. If you do that, you see Venus will not bless you. You must always include your spouse's family. Take good care of them, buy them good stuff, treat them well, Venus will treat you well. Okay? So don't be a miser to your in-laws. Your mother-in-law may be your best friend. Yeah, I hear a lot of lame jokes about mother-in-law, but for such a case, please don't neglect your mother-in-law.
Cool, cool.
Okay, now Venus comes here. Venus is in the ninth house. Now, for Venus in the ninth house, it is also, I would say, a difficult position, but yet not too bad. Okay, why? In the mythology of Venus, right? Venus is a guru, is a teacher of the asuras, right? So guess who is the teacher of the devas? Is Jupiter. Okay, Venus is the princess, Jupiter is the teacher. Yeah, that kind of mythology. Yeah. So Venus coming here, right? Venus feels a bit disturbed. Why? Because Venus has to listen to the rules of Jupiter. If Jupiter is the religious guru who tells you that you must do this first, do that, then do this, then do this, very ritualistic, Venus doesn't like it. So Venus, if your Venus is here, okay, you find that you in your life, right, you are always being forced to do things that you don't like. That's why I said it may not be that comfortable. But then the ninth house talks about blessings and fortune. So you actually have blessings. All right. Now, the ninth house talks about your father. So you will know what I'm trying to say already. Right? Take good care of your father. Take good care of your teacher. Because the ninth house is also the house for teachers, for gurus, in addition to father. Right. So if you treat your father well, Venus will bless you. If you have your professors, your teachers, right, you treat them well, you will be blessed by Venus. Don't say bad things, don't curse your teachers. Some youngsters, they love to do that, right? Wow, that teacher really, whatever, whatever, whatever. If you have Venus in this ninth house, please stop doing that. Okay, Venus will then bless you. Okay, so like I said, the ninth house is about fortune and luck, right? You will find that for such a person, right, as they grow older, they become better. In their initial the growing up years, they might find that, hey, why my life is so hard? My father, especially my father, loves to force me to do things that I don't like one. But as you grow older, you will appreciate what your father has been telling you to do. And you will also find that, how come you are getting more and more blessings, especially if you take good care of your father. Okay, so Venus here becomes that energy. Now, if you have problems in life, for such a person, right, you should always seek help from your father or your gurus. Meaning to say, if let's say your father is no longer around, okay, for such a person, seek advice from a master. Because the ninth house talks about guru. And it's important for this person to have like a teacher in your life who can guide you. Okay, that's where you can get your blessings.